Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy TKK, and today we're going to be doing an arcade stick review. We're going to be taking a look at a stick from Madcatz. Now, this is the EGO. This stick was produced a couple of years ago, and it's supposed to be compatible with both the Xbox and the PlayStation's current console. So today I'm going to be doing an unboxing. We're going to be going through a review of this thing. I'm going to be using this as my main stick because lately I've been playing a lot of fighting games, some Street Fighter, some Tekken, some Dragon Ball Fighters, to name just a couple of the titles that I've been dabbing into. So right after I roll my intro, I'm going to get right into this thing. All right, gang, so welcome back to the channel. I want to actually offer you a little bit of context as to why I'm doing this Madcatz stick. It's not really popular, it's not trending or anything like that, and it's still selling at a pretty good retail cost. Some products these days, you know, do get overpriced from price gouging and scalpers and things like that, but I was reviewing some content from CES 2022, and one of the things that I seen that was interesting to me was the fact that Madcatz is actually coming back to making some peripherals and accessories. So they got a couple of gaming chairs, a keyboard, an extended mouse pad, a headset, and really what caught my eye was the fact that they've got the Tournament Edition Round 3 stick. So some time ago on my channel, I actually reviewed the PXN arcade sticks, the PXN 9. I'll go ahead and post the review of that if you want to pause this and check that out. It's done pretty well, and I think I did a pretty in-depth job on that. The reason that I did that arcade stick was because I was looking for the TE Round 2 stick that was released on PlayStation 5 with the Street Fighter Ryu artwork. I really wanted that stick. And so the PX9 stick was a carbon copy from a case perspective, exactly was laid out like that. However, it offered me the opportunity to play on multiple consoles as well as my PC. Well, looking at the T.E.3 stick, I was just like, man, they coming back full circle. Some of you guys may know I had a channel prior to this that doesn't exist anymore. And the TE Round 1, the first series of sticks that they did was what I used to fight all the online battles, which was with Free One Up, DSP, Dayasha. It was a lot of different Street Fighter battles I had on my channel a long time ago. So it's really holds the near and dear space in my heart, Madcatz. And so that's why we're doing this. I just want you to know why I'm choosing to do this. I'm really getting myself excited for the new products that's going to be coming. All right, so we're going to get into the unboxing. Unboxing videos aren't the most entertaining parts of the video, but for me, it does offer a little bit of filler talking points. Hopefully you guys are doing good, enjoying the content that I'm posting. It's been pretty consistent, and I intend to keep it that way, right? I probably should have given you a look at this packaging, but what it does is it essentially encompasses and tells you everything that you can expect from a program perspective. And let me get this thing wrapped out. We're going to use this for extra video time. We're going to cheat the system a little bit. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let them get a good look at that. This is the actual stick. Kind of a breakdown on it. It does have authentic sound parts and buttons. It is designed for you to be able to do your own artwork. Later, at another time, another video, you will see an upgrade to this with some artwork. And then this just kind of gives you the layout in different languages, all of the different features and so forth with the stick. All right, so the actual box of the stick, pretty basic. You know, the one thing about Madcatz now is that they are not the major players in the game. At the time that I was referring back to 2008, 2009, Street Fighter 4 had its surge, and so the trending thing was, hey man, license up with whatever the then big game is. This is straight them, right? Just their action. No glitz, no glam. Just red box and its product. Open this box up. There's nothing in there, right? So it's not really an advertisement piece. Something that you'd collect. Probably not, but I'll hold on to the box so that I can keep the stick safely stored. take a look into the packaging, see what they offer us. It's going to be a full review, so get your popcorn and just watch. Let this video run. If I can get this thing out of here. Oh man, I tried. I tried. All right, cool. So we got some stickers. I'm not really the most into art decal type of guy. You've got user manual. With arcade sticks, really never need anything like that. I've been doing this for a long time. And this whole booklet just kind of gives you the run through. This isn't a new stick. I'm sure someone has shown this, but the excitement is there for me. That guy folds all the way out, gives you that in multiple languages. All right. All right, let's get to the artwork. Let's get to the artwork. This thing is all wrapped up in plastic and such. Get you out of here, baby, so we can see what our new destruction tool is going to be like. Okay, I guess I'll give you a first look. Watch for that glare. Yeah. It's a nice plexi there. Apparently they have this designed easily so that you can take the stick out, you can take this piece off, remove the artwork, and kind of do your own thing. Simplistic design. You got a screwdriver integrated inside of there. So look at the bottom. All right, and after removing the bottom, you can see you do have some nice clean cable management there. Not much to this. To my surprise, I just discovered this is exactly like the PXN arcade stick, which that's gonna be nice when they come out with the T.E.3 stick, because this apparently going to be officially licensed, whatever that means. My assumption is that it means that it's designed to work specifically for PS5, PS4, and the new Xbox Series X, which means it works on the Xbox One X, the console prior. So that's going to be interesting. But this is pretty much kind of a hybrid, just like the PXN arcade stick that I did do the review on. I do like the casing of this though. So I'm gonna get this closed back up and kind of see how it feels on lap. All right, so I'm closing this back up. So first I wanna say shout outs to them for offering a magnetic screwdriver for this. Just the small things that help, right? Number two, I wanna say that when I just said in the previous clip, to my surprise, this has to use controllers to synchronize to its respective console. I want you guys to understand that the thing that separates my reviews, these unboxings and such, from other places is that I don't research the content that I'm reviewing. I want it to be organic. I want to try to give you as much of a realistic user's perspective, you know. So if you see it, you're like, hey man, I've been looking at this stick, or somebody maybe didn't answer enough questions about this stick. You know, I'm trying to put myself out there as the guy that you can go to, if you will, right? I mean, anytime you want to be passionate about having a career, you know, you have to give it your all. And this is me giving it my all. So I'm picking products that I'm realistically using because I'm going to be able to speak to them in a way where it's organic, right? Like, if you know me, if you really know me, you know I've always played fighting games, right? Like I was doing this forever. So using these type of tools is going to be a real easy talking point for me, okay? So now that I've got this put together, we're going to go through me getting it synchronized up to the PC. I'll get a game fired up, and then I'll be able to talk to you about what my experience is like. All right, so I think it's important to actually compare these because they're pretty much the same stick with the internal workings, right? You know, this is the PXN stick that I did link in the earlier part of the video. I actually did an updated review on this, 2 parts of that. So you feel free to check that out. I'll try to tag in the second part here. But they're going to offer you universal functionality. Now, they both come with authentic sound parts. So just like you would be using if you were in an arcade in Japan, is what you're going to get here. Great aesthetics. This stick, man, listen, this is like that Madcatz. Like, it's a clone. It literally is a clone. And this stick costs about 170 bucks right now, US dollars, on Amazon. I just looked it up right before we hit record for this segment of the video, this part of the video. So this is 170 bucks. Now, what this is not going to give you, you're not going to have the workings of your turbo functionality. You're not going to have the R3 and the L3, which are going to be very important for a lot of games. The R3, L3 act as like a reset, if you will. So if you're training and you're just trying to get right back to that neutral spacing of the game, you don't have quick presets right on this stick for you to be able to do that. You do get that with this. So you have those here, right? That's what you're going to get. This is going to also offer you your share button. You're not going to have that with this. You're also going to get your view share button, menu option button, and you do have some turbo functionality with this. So this is more thought out from a console perspective. Like, it's almost as if they designed this with the full inner workings of the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 controller, if you will. Whereas to this is more baseline. This is more just for like, hey, I'm running to a tournament with this, right? And so another cool thing you're going to get with this stick, the PXN versus the Madcatz EGO, is you are going to get some illumination with the buttons. So both of these do have, again, like I said, sound with button, sound with stick. You're going to have, your buttons are going to light up. All 8 of these buttons are going to light up. So that's a pretty cool feature. Outside of that, obviously they're not the same chassis. Your USB connector is going to be on the top here, whereas on the PXN, you can see it's on the bottom, right? So just some subtle differences there. Now, I will try to give you like a palm resting position in the next clip, just to kind of let you see what it's like for me to have my hands on this. All right, one mention I forgot with the comparisons. PX9 does have a detachable cable, USB-C, so that's really nice. You know, a lot of technology is USB-C, so it comes with a USB-C to USB-A cable. This guy does have a cable that's soldered into it. Not really soldered, but you know, it's the style that's plugged in directly. So you could do like an extension USB if you wanted something longer, but I do personally prefer the ones that have the removable. I think Razer did it the best. Razer actually has a proprietary plug that goes in and it screws in. That's on the Dragon Ball Razer stick. I did a review on that also. You can check that out too. So just wanted to make sure I pointed that out. All right, so with the PXN, because now I'm doing some comparisons, I wine glass my stick when I hold it. So I go in like this, and this is just so comfortable, right? And I'm not saying that isn't, but you know, I'm just holding it like this. I got plenty of space, right, for my wrist to kind of relax there. Same here, you know, so just excellent. Hold that up a little bit for you to be able to see, and then pulling this guy over. Not that it's uncomfortable. I can wine glass and I still got ample space there too. I just don't have that extra. And it's just more of a aesthetic design with this. The casing kind of goes down a little bit. So when my hands are positioned here, just acknowledging that I have more space here to rest down on if I needed to, right? Because if my fingers were so long, I could technically put my hand right there and I can play it from there. I don't have as much space to do that with this particular unit. If I did the same thing there, I have nothing to rest my hand on. So just a little bit different, but definitely playable. All right, so we'll throw an officially licensed product in here. Forgive the one screw missing. Good friend of mine gave this to me. He lives in Jacksonville. Appreciate you, brother Sheldon. So thank you for helping me out with this stick when I thought I needed it. It's a good brother, man. You got to keep good people around, you know. But this stick gonna be not exactly designed like this, because this is designed more at a slant angle. This is just straight, right? You're just designed to sit on this. But again, you get that resting piece right here, similar to the PXN, right? So this piece right here, this piece of plastic, that is extremely helpful in my opinion, for the way that I like to rest my hands down. I like to actually be able to put the palm of my hand onto something, right? And I just execute off of there, right? With this, it's just not the same, right? Just because it's flat. There's something about this. I like it, but it's different, right? So I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It's just very different in how it's designed. It's like I have to get in more and bend my fingers, which isn't going to be a bad thing. But when I go to piano or move my fingers down, my hand is going to be completely coming off the stick. Whereas to this guy, that doesn't happen. My palm is going to stay relaxed on this, right? So it's just different styles with these sticks, and the little thing with how aesthetically they are designed and drawn up that will make a change as to how it feels for you. All right, so I'm going to attempt to get a match in. Dragon Ball FighterZ usually takes a little bit of time to get into a match, so I'm going to actually document a match. So far, it feels good in my hand. I'll tell you that. Like the thinner design, I like it a little bit better than the PXN and even the Street Fighter stick. So there may be something to that. I don't know. They're not having that bottom piece on the plastic at the bottom like the other sticks, because it's real thin, feels good. So get a match in, phase back to the match, and then we'll come conclude this with some talking points. All right. Oh, latency. Oh. Man, he's smoking me. That ain't going too well. Yeah, I have to get used to this much. Oh. There we go. Oh, man, it started off rocky. Jesus Christ. I'm talking about, man, listen, because the placement of the stick is like, I'm playing with it and it's so thin. Like I was just complimenting how thin I like it, but it slides down real easy. Yeah, we'll try another one. Give him the run back. All right. Oh. 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 Okay. Man, what a match. Whew. Guy was smoking me in the beginning. Listen, can't blame your defeats on your equipment. I did have to adjust to how it felt, things like that. But you know, anytime you do get a new stick, even though it has the same equipment, or in terms of buttons, right? Both sound with buttons and stick, which is what I have in pretty much every other stick that I have. You still have to adjust to the actual overall ergonomics and the feel of the stick. And I think that's really what's important. If you look at that first match, I mean, I'm sitting there just taking an absolute beating, and I'm just like, man, the stick feels different. Like it's the same equipment, but the placement was just off. In any event, I'm glad I didn't embarrass myself on camera and you got to see me turn that around. But what I will tell you is that this is a cool stick. For the price point, there are some options out there for you to consider. Definitely the PXN. Yeah, that's a great stick to look into, man. I mean, I absolutely love the casing of that stick. That stick is more comfortable to me than this, but that doesn't mean that this isn't comfortable, because this has a very unique way it feels. It just feels really smooth, and I like that. Plus, I love how thin this is. The problem I have with this stick is I don't like the way it feels on my lap. This stick feels like it's gonna slip a lot on my lap, and that's not comfortable for me. The PXN just feels like it's wider on the bottom, and you know, you very well could do better probably with taking the feet off of this, but it's just a very small stick when it's on my lap. So if you guys have any questions about this, please leave them in the comments. Y'all know the routine. Like, share, subscribe, do all of that. I appreciate the support. And as I always say, Max love.